He's still at large. Please find him and do whatever with him because he didn't care about this old lady enough to not kick. And you know what probably happened? She was probably like a no nonsense old lady who was telling a young man about himself. And I've had older women. I've had older women tell me about myself when I was younger, and what I did, I've listened. I didn't feel like that she was saying too much to me or enough to have a violent attack on her. Yeah. And also for anyone out there that's trying to push any kind of bad narratives, like I say, yes, this is a young black male, and it's very possible that there's a failure in parenting here. In fact, I wouldn't doubt it. One parent or two parent home, who cares? What about the welfare of this old woman that you're about to see in the video who has suffered injuries and is being sought out for for someone to talk to her? So at least make sure she's okay. She really isn't. Somebody just gonna do her like that. That's disgusting. That could be any woman in your family. It was somebody's family. So just.
Hello, this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And the excerpt you heard was from a video I did last year about a cowardly ass, bitch ass nigga who viciously stomped an old lady on a subway. And one very important thing was that there were dudes like not doing anything but holding their cell phones and recording the incident. What's significant about the two videos I'm about to show you is the same thing happens. Little questionable, arrogant, bitch ass nigga committing acts making black women feel extremely unsafe. And the only thing this really does for real as far as social media is give the shea butter, feminist, misandrous little girls who have nothing but disdain for black men. This gives them fuel and ammo to further their talking points. But I'm about to establish some talking points in this video. The two clips I'm about to show you are very egregious. They're very disgusting. And it makes me think about even further a lot of the stuff that I already said about the upbringing of our young men and how we may be lacking as a people. Now, a lot of people do bring up single motherhood. Now, like I came from a balanced home. I had a mother and a father. Now, if I'd have done either one of these things, it would have been anywhere my dad would have done to me. It would have been anywhere from disowned to killing me, because there's no way, there's no fucking way that anybody with a great dad would do the things that these young men would did. I mean, and sometimes, yeah, there are outliers, but seriously, it's just that here's one thing. We as black people, number one, we have to start taking responsibility for glorifying this thug pookie culture. And it came in many forms through our real lives. People blame the gangster rap as encouraging the toxic culture. And yeah, some do. I don't think about groups like NWA. I think about some of these trap rappers. But at the same time, it is a toxic culture. We embrace that toxic culture and we applied a lot of that shit to our everyday lives. And a lot of this is things like this that's happening is the results of that shit. Also, I understand is that we are not teaching young boys to deal with rejection. We're teaching young boys to be ashamed of being rejected. But you know what else we're also teaching our young boys, our young people? That sex is at the top of the fucking list. Sex is validation. Sex is everything. It's like all these discussions that we have, they're about sex and money. think about it when you listen to another one of these discussions in the black part of YouTube. They're about sex and money. About 10% of the conversations do not involve other things besides sex and money. When these young boys, but their validation is how many women they can actually screw. And when they can't get that, they get all heated, they get all mad, they get all emotional, they start acting like their father wasn't there. I mean, all this other stuff. And since they can't get that validation through sex, since they, how they put it sometimes, can't get all the hoes, they can't control their emotions. They get angry. They want to hit something. They want to take it out. And it's like so many black women have complained about black men becoming aggressive and violent when they get rejected. And yeah, they complain about black men doing it. But we know it's these little aggressive little thug pookies that do all this dumb shit all the time. Yes, maybe the occasional lame, like your boy in the Players Club who followed Diamond home, you'll get that too. But we know these guys exist. We know guys who can't take rejection exist. We know that. But these guys' names all day, all night on social media have been black men. Black men, black men, black men, black men. Black men. That's what they are. They want grown-ass black men who were raised correctly to feel ashamed of being black men because niggas with no home training do dumb shit like this. Now let me show you the first video.
Man, go ahead, kiss him. Kiss him. Kiss him. Blow him a kiss. Blow him a kiss. Right, blow him a kiss. Oh, he right in front of him. Blow him a kiss. Put it on him. Oh, what the fuck? She gone in the dark room. They put her in the dark room. They put her in the dark room.
Now, remember what I said earlier in this video about the other incident? The important thing to remember is that there were people standing around recording it and not doing anything about it, while these punks accosted a black woman. We should, okay, I do feel like that black women are protected. We do protect black women when they let us know that they are in trouble. But we can't always be around. So so where do we cut off this problem and when we're not always around? We have to visit the parenting. Okay, whether you are a dad or a mother or a single mother, and I'm sorry, statistically speaking, a lot of this comes from single mothers. You're going to have to do better raising your sons, because what's going to happen if you don't deal with it, some angry father or the police will. Trust me and believe me, because we've seen it so many times in the media already. If you refuse to raise your child, the system's going to raise your child for you, or they're going to raise them up out of here in a box. Shit, teach these boys some fucking manners. Now the second one, to me, this guy's irredeemable. I hope they throw his ass in jail. Seriously. Some douchebag from Harlem who has christened himself Skeeter Mills. Now, I don't think everybody from Harlem are douchebags. I know how sensitive 2020 is. But come on now. The city of Harlem ought to be ashamed of this fucker. This bitch ass nigga right here. And by this next video, you'll know exactly what I mean. Yeah, I had to blurt out one out. YouTube ain't finna get me for displaying violence. I mean, it's a lot of it probably on YouTube anyway, but you know, I have to be careful with, you know, a channel named Black Men, being brutally honest. Yeah, that fucking microscope is a bitch. But what I saw in the video, again, niggas sitting around recording it with their cell phones, not doing a goddamn thing. Now, even if they didn't know he was gonna hit that young lady with the skateboard, the reaction afterwards, like, ew, like you sit up here laughing. This woman just got laid out by a skateboard by some punk dude that thinks that everybody who's supposed to know who he fucking is. But guess what? Everybody knows who you are now because you went viral. And that little thing, like I said, with hateful Miss Andrist giving them fuel. Yeah, Paris Milan was the one that broke this. Like, well, at least that's what I saw. I saw Paris Milan. And Paris Milan doesn't have she has a disdain toward black men. But hey, you know what? Thanks for letting us know that this fucker is out here doing this shit to young ladies. We don't like this. Now, I'm going to speak on behalf of black men. I'm not the spokesperson for black men, but I feel like I can say this. Punks like these little niggas, they don't represent us. Period. They don't represent us. They don't represent black men. As much as you want them to represent black men, they don't. So for all of y'all are saying is black men this, black men that, black men, black men, black men. Get a fucking life. Seriously. I know that there are people out there who build their platforms on this little bullshit black man hate propaganda machine that y'all love to use. I know, and like I know you built your followers off this. But hey, you know what? Just like these young men should have known, then you should know this too. Now ain't the time for this bullshit. With everything going on. Yes, we are at a history-defining moment. And we still got little nigglets out here that's acting like Bigelow. If you want to know who Bigelow is, watch that stinker of a movie, Harriet, and you'll know exactly what I mean. Oh, by the way, Bigelow is a fictitious character. But it is disheartening, it is upsetting to see young men doing this to women. But it's not surprising because black men like me always knew these types existed. See, when we have these discussions on how to fix these type of things, it's always met with resistance, and it turns into a finger-pointing bonanza. Oh, it's the fault of the father that's not there. Oh, it's the fault of the single mom that's not raising. It's like the fact of the matter is, you're ignoring what's happening to our children. When they don't have guidance and direction, when you didn't do everything that you possibly could, you got little young, stupid, cowardly fucking little bastards like this. And the reason why I'm speaking like this is because y'all keep getting out here saying black men, black men, black men, black men. But I'm going to tell you just like this. Raise your children better. Especially the boys. In fact, for those of you who keep saying black men, black men, black men, black men, I got a suggestion for you. And I know saying it is always be the most single mothers that always be in these little chat rooms and always be in these little war rooms and these Facebook groups acting like it's Lipstick Alley. I got a suggestion for all of y'all. Why don't y'all start teaching your sons not to throw women in dumpsters and not to hit defenseless females who reject their advances with skateboards. Since you want me to be ashamed of what some little niglet in some other state does. Why don't you do that? Why don't you raise your children better? And then you can come talk to us about this shit. All right. We're done here. Long live the Habitual Line Steppers and Kev We Trust. Till the next video. Goodbye.